Well, hello guys. How is everybody doing today? I'm about to show you a process of spray paint art on wood. Okay? I don't know if anybody's done this yet, and if they have, awesome. I'd like to see some of your work. Um, so you see a lot of different spray paint artists out there have all sorts of little interesting neat ways and tips and tricks on how to get what they get for a finished product and everything, which is really awesome. So everybody that does spray paint art, you guys are doing a great job, and I want to say thank you to all the spray paint artists out there on social media for inspiring me to to do something like this. I've shown you guys a lot of the spray paint art that I have done on poster board. Now we're going to do wood, okay? Pretty much the same process. So I had done one. I've got it around here somewhere. And what did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I think I know what I did with it. Never mind. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So depending on what kind of wood you're using, lumber, whether, I'm just using a small piece like this. If you're using a big piece or whatever, this is AC2 treated, and this type of lumber here, it does absorb a lot of moisture. So like when you do colors or whatever, I mean, it's going to absorb into the paint. So what I do is I use a little bit of Mate Clear. You can use Mate, you can use just regular clear, you can use satin, gloss, whatever you think that you're gonna need to seal the piece of wood, because see, you want all your art to be on top. You don't want it soaking down in there, because when it starts to soak in, then you have to lay more color down, more color, more. So what this does is just seal it. Now what I do, just to make sure it's good and dry, I just use a basic hair dryer. If you've got a heat gun, you can use that too. So I just turn it down on low and just make sure it's dry really good. Now usually when I do paintings like this, it doesn't really take very long to do. Okay, it just depends on what it is you're doing. We're going to do like a basic mountain, and I'm going to incorporate a stencil. I mean, it's kind of flimsy, but we're going to give it a try. We're going to do this, and then I also cut the horse out. So we're going to try to put that somewhere. But we're going to do like a blue sky, kind of a mountainous range and everything, and then we'll put our horses down. I want to try to use this bird. We can try it and see if it works. If not, hey. So first thing I want to do is, when we choose the color, we think of the sky. Okay, what colors are the skies? Well, we have morning plainfall. Okay, now usually what I do before I lay it down, I just make a little spot, see if it sprays out pretty good. And I also have Nantucket blue. Again, a little spray out here. So you can see the color difference. And then I also have a Maui blue. Just give it a good shake up and everything. So you see there's not much difference between the Maui blue and whatever the heck I said this was. Morning Nature Fall. Okay, so Morning Nature Fall, Maui blue, and Nantucket blue. So I think we're going to probably go with the Maui blue. Okay. So what I'll do is this. I'll just kind of spray across the top. That's going to be our sky. Okay. I might do a little bit of something in the middle, but let's get this down here first. Okay. And then I'll just come back and just make sure it's dry. Now, if you've sealed it good, It should stay right there on top. If not, you may see some little spots here and there where it's kind of soaked in, but that's okay. We just kind of go back and hit it again. Okay? So once we got that done, we can set that off to the side and just give it a once over really good. Okay? What I will do here, and I'll show you guys how I do this. Now, usually when I do whether it be planets or moons or suns or anything, I like to use a bowl, but as you can see, the bowl is going to be too big. So what do? I got to find something that's smaller. Okay, hey, this lid works. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that whole area is going to be like, well, it might be. I don't know. I might have to find something smaller. Aha! Hey, here's an idea. See how that works? So let me show you a small little process here. I'll get a new bag. To get my layers, I just use a bag. Again, everybody that does spray paint art, they have different ways of getting their textures. I like the bag method. Again, it's preference, guys. It's whatever you like to do to get your textures. Whatever you're into, whatever you like to use. You know, again, it's preference. I like the bag effort with the bag because it's already crinkled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some, that's my clear. I'm going to take some white, okay? So I'm going to lay down a little area here, okay, like so. I'm going to throw in a little bit of black, and then I might just throw in some blue. And then I might come back with the white again, like that. So now that we got that, we'll just take this bag, okay, we're just going to run it over. We're just going to lay it down, kind of pat it down, however. And you see how we kind of get that look, okay? So now we just take that, okay, and then we'll come back with that. What do we use? We use the Maui blue, okay? So we're going to come back and we're going to cover that. Now I'll show you what this looks like when we're all done here. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll dry this really good. You want to hold your cap in place. Because if you don't, it's going to blow away and it could mess everything up. But that's all right. You can always fix it. If you don't like what look you're going for, don't worry, guys. Man, you can paint over this and start all over, start from scratch. Okay? So don't get frustrated if you're like, see how that looks? So I'm going to go ahead and leave that on there because here's what I want to do. I'm going to use this. Okay? Whee! Kind of gives it that little flash flare off to the sides. But I just want to kind of lighten that up there a little bit. Okay. So now that we got that, okay, I'm going to come in with some brown. I'm going to kind of go up like this. And we're going to go around that little sun right there. Okay, we're going to come up like that. Now we're just going to kind of fill everything in. And just to kind of throw it off a little bit, some camouflage color. I think that'll just about add just a little bit. You can put it on light, you can put it on heavy, however you want to do it, guys. Again, this is just, sporadic, so I'm going to throw some black in there. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. I might throw in just a little bit of white, just because. Okay, again, no big deal. I put the wrong cap on. I wonder if it felt so sticky. It's sweet. Okay, so now we're going to come back with our bag, and we're going to go around the entire thing, but we're going to catch the edges. Okay. So see how I just kind of caught the edges there a little bit? Now, it's not coming out the way I want, but guys, don't get frustrated, okay? Sometimes it comes out okay, sometimes it doesn't. Because you can always go back. You can add more, you can fix it. So if you're like, man, it didn't come out the way I wanted. It's all right, it's all right. It's okay, it happens. Spray some down, okay? Go back in, hit it again. It's okay. These things happen, okay? But you're gonna come in and you're gonna add a little bit more texture to this, okay? So see how we kind of got a little bit of that going on, okay? Then you will get paint on your hands if you don't use gloves, because stupid me decided not to wear gloves. Now, here is the cool part. I've already got some white paint over here, so I'm gonna just, I don't know if you guys can see that, I'm dipping this paint over here. Probably not. I got a little thing of paint here. So I just kind of go like this. I'm just going to kind of go around these edges here just a little bit. Okay. See how that kind of gives it a little bit of kind of a feel to it. And you just want to brush it. Okay. Just brush it a little bit. Don't overthink it, guys. That's one of the things. That's one of the things I do let everybody know when you're doing something like this. Just kind of let yourself go. And just wherever you think maybe some snow caps or some lighter parts of a mountain, you know, might be. And then just a little bit, just here and there, everywhere. Just wherever you think. And that's what I tell everybody. Just kind of let yourself go. Oh, there was a big one right there. Now I like to do a little bit in here, in just sporadic places, because you know when it comes to mountains and whatnot, you know. Now here is something interesting that I do. I've also taken this camouflage, okay. I kind of mix it up here a little bit, okay. We're gonna add some little different color to it, and you can spread it all over the whole thing if you want. If not, okay. But you want it to kind of blend. So I still have my white over here. I just keep laying down some on the side, kind of mix it up here a little bit, and just kind of give it, you know, just a little bit of texture. If you want it around the edges, you can do that too. You don't have to cover up the white. Preference. You will hear me say that a lot. You'll say it's always preference. It's always preference. It is, guys. This is the way that one of the ways that I found that works for me, okay? And everybody has their different ways of doing this, okay? That's just one way I found works for me. Now, if you think that looks pretty good right there, that's fine, okay? I have a little bit of, I'm kind of having some issues with this right here, so I'm gonna lay down with blue. Okay, I'm just going to kind of make that a little bit more, you know, like it's a little bit more curvy. So it kind of gives it, you know, like it's got some shine around it. So that's why I'm doing that. Kind of makes it, you can kind of brush that out a little bit, kind of give it that glare, okay, if you want. Kind of helps. So I'm just going to kind of go like this, okay? Because you know, like when the light when light hits the moon or whatever, it's not going to be like a circle, so it's just going to have like a glare. So that's why I did that. Now, again, if you like this way, it came out great. If you want to leave it like this, you can walk away and say, hey, I think it looks great. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but right in here, looks like the white is kind of gone away. No problem, guys. We'll just throw some white down, okay? Like so. Just kind of go around like that. Okay, and then we're just going to use our finger. And we want to kind of smooth that out there a little bit. Because, see, we don't want it to be solid. We want it to have that kind of that moonlight texture feel to it. okay? So it's okay if you want to do that, and your fingers get a little bit paint on them, that's okay. It's all right. If you want to wear gloves, because you're going to end up looking like that. So anyways, again, if, you know, at this point, if you're like, hey, I like it, I'm done, it's good, okay, fine. But I want to incorporate, do you think we could incorporate that? Or we could go with this, where the horse is more like in the foreground, because the mountain's going to be the background. So what I would do is I would go with my black, okay, and I'd hit it very lightly. Now, here's the thing, guys, you want to make some room here, because you're going to want to cover up the areas you think would probably get some black on it. So just use some stuff to kind of, you know, kind of cover it up. Be like, oh my God, I don't want that, you know, don't want to get black on that, or on this piece, or that piece. So, you know, cover it up. If that, you know, if that makes you feel better to do that, that's fine. And just first, let's see, I'm gonna squirt this here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of go like, okay, like that, where I think where nothing is going to happen. I know my black's kind of getting kind of bleh, so I may have to find another black. See if this black is okay. Okay, so we can take all this away carefully without disrupting too much. Take it away. We've already got a spot right there. We can fix that. Can always be fixed. Just gonna whip this up. And you can see the kind of the silhouette of the horse. Okay, that's fine. And then we wanted to try to do our bird. We're going to do a bird right here. We're going to use this other black. Ta-da! And there's a bird. Okay, so that's how I got that. Now, I did, like I said, a goof. Where is it? Oops, I don't want that one. I want this one. We can't cover up that black here. If you mess up on something like that, don't worry about it. You can always turn it into something else. Looks like a bunch of little birds maybe off in the background, but that's okay. We just kind of make it part of the painting, okay? So, fairly simple, guys. Let me see if I can just turn this here a little bit without disrupting. Okay, so you can see the horse, and you see the bird and everything. Now, what I like, since I've already got a horse on here, I'm not going to incorporate this one because it's more of a silhouette. Now, what I like to do, I'm going to take this dark, and I'm just going to hit the edges here. Okay. Kind of gives a little, just a little bit on the edge, not too much, to darken it up. Okay, I'm going to just come over here like this. And why? Because this is where I sign it. I think this is going to come out good, I hope. Voila! Oh, did we bump the camera? We did. Okay. So there we go. Now, since we feel good about that, we come back in with a little Mate Clear. We just cover it right up, like so. Give it a little blast of white. And some more. Voila. And then We just finish it off, we dry it out really good, and it looks like everything's come together really well. Okay? So there you go, folks. There it is. Pretty cool. All right.